Hey guys, welcome back. I have my February favorites for you guys. I also have some fails that I want to show you. I don't have them with me because I've already returned them, but I will put the picture up here. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you'll know when I put out a new video. So let's go ahead and get into my favorites. I feel like January went by very quickly, but I feel like February didn't. Like, February is a short month, but I feel like it went by a little bit slower. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it was really cold and we really couldn't do anything because we had a couple of freeze days. Either way, February has ended and I'm really excited to get into March. That's when spring is here. Spring is usually very beautiful. The weather's usually really nice and I get out a lot more during that time. So yeah, I am ready for spring. All the spring looks are going to be coming out. I'm definitely going to be doing a spring makeup look very soon. So once again, I'm rambling about stuff that I shouldn't be, and I need to get into these favorites because I have a lot to show you guys. So we're going to start with some random items. It's not beauty and it's not food. They're items that I've really been enjoying. The first one is my Vertuo Nespresso coffee machine. So I'm gonna put a picture because I have this machine at work. I don't have one here at home, and it's the Vertuo. I do have an espresso machine here at home, but it takes those little bitty capsules. It doesn't take the dome capsules that the Vertuo has. I've literally been enjoying the coffee that comes out of those pods in the Vertuo machine. It's one of the smaller ones. I think it's the original one. And you just put the pod in and you push the brew button and it literally makes like the best coffee. A lot of those Vertuo pods, they're the dome-shaped ones. They usually come with like hazelnut. They come with like really good flavors. And the Nespresso machine, they really don't have a lot of flavors to offer for that one. But even so, I love my machine here at home, but I'm really enjoying the one that I have at work. So yeah, it's a really good machine to have. I like the fact that you can make a large cup of coffee, or you can make an espresso. You can also make a latte because it comes with a frother. And also, I did see this machine at Costco and it was like, I want to say $20 cheaper, which is not a bad deal. And another thing I want to mention with that, it comes like in a bundle. So you're going to get coffee, you're going to get the frother, and you're going to get the coffee machine. So it's a really good deal. So the next product I want to show you guys is this Always pan. So I purchased this on ourplace.com. They sell the Always pan, and this Always pan comes with this spatula. It also comes with, I want to say, I think it comes with like a little steamer basket too. I actually purchased this pan for my daughter, and I purchased it for Christmas. I had bought my oldest daughter one last Christmas, so I ended up buying my youngest one this Christmas. Next Christmas, I'm buying me one. This is my youngest daughter's, but I have been loving it. I've been using it, and this literally sits on top of my stove. So whenever I start cooking, I always pick this pan up. Always. I mean, I use it for like literally everything that I cook. It's just been so great. It's got this non-stick safe material that's inside the pan. So you're not getting like Teflon, which eventually could be really bad for you because it is a carcinogen and it could get into your food. And a lot of times people use like metal spatulas or spoons with Teflon, and when it scrapes, when you scrape that Teflon, that stuff gets in your food as well. This one is like a safe type of non-stick surface. Of course, it comes with this top. It comes with this wooden spatula. With this, I will use something that's non-abrasive, like a wooden spatula or spoon, but it comes with this one. So what's cute about it is that when you're cooking, it actually can sit on top of the pan while you're cooking. So it just has its own little spoon rest, which I think is really nice. Like I said, this is something I purchased for my daughter, but I use it constantly, and it sits on my stove and it looks so pretty on the stove. I don't mind it being there like all the time. It's just a really good pan and it's very versatile. You can use it for pretty much anything. This one can actually run $149. But during Christmas, they have a huge sale, so you won't pay that much during the holidays. I'm telling you, this pan is just so good. You guys, if you haven't tried the Always pan and you get it on sale, I would definitely pick one up. So those are the two random things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into food and beverages. I only have one food item that I want to talk about, and this is the Just Egg. Now, this is a substitute for eggs, and the reason why we buy this is because my daughter, my youngest daughter, and myself, we cannot have eggs. It makes us very, very sick. I don't know if it's just something that that's genetic, you know, where I've passed that on to her, and she just can't eat eggs. We can't digest them as well, so that's why we get those stomach pains. So we ended up getting this one day, and this is so good, guys. This tastes just like eggs. It cooks just like an egg. All we do is season it. I put like onion salt, garlic, pepper, salt, whatever I want to put on there. I can make an omelet. I can make scrambled eggs. I could also use this if I wanted to in baking. I don't, because when it comes to eggs in like cakes and cookies and stuff like that, we don't get sick with that. It's only when we eat like a whole egg by itself. So anyway, because we can't eat eggs, we ended up buying and trying the Just eggs. Now Costco has the Just eggs. They're already pre-cooked and they're like folded. They're kind of like square. So all you have to do is heat those up in a pan, season them, and then use them however you want. Well, we ran out of those, so I went ahead and picked this up because it was on sale, and we love these. I mean, they taste just like an egg. I know it's hard to believe, but they really do. So this is a good product that we have been loving. I would say longer than February, but I've never spoken of these, so I wanted to let you guys know about them today. So we're gonna go ahead and get into some beverage items. This is the Khalifa Oat Creamer. This one is in cinnamon roll. And this is insanely good, guys. They have another one that's like butter cookie. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. You would love it. This one's dairy-free, gluten-free. It's made with oat milk. The butter cookie, I think, is made with almond milk, but it tastes so good. It doesn't matter what kind of milk is in there. It's just really good. What I do like about Khalifa is it doesn't have any carrageenan in it, which is really bad for you. There's only 3 grams of sugar per tablespoon. So if you're not wanting a lot of sugar in your coffee, this is like perfect. I usually put maybe a tablespoon and a half. I don't like my coffee like too sweet. I like it just right in the middle. But yeah, this is a really good product that we've been loving all month. And the coffee that we've been using that creamer with is the cold brew coffee from Kirkland. This is what it looks like. This stuff is amazing as well. It is very strong though. So if you're going to drink this coffee, don't drink it like at 10 o'clock at night, because I don't think you'll be able to sleep, even if you're a coffee drinker, because this stuff is strong. It really is. It's very bold, but it's very, very tasty. It doesn't have any bitterness to it. We've really been enjoying it. It says it's 100% Colombian coffee. It's so convenient and easy too with the can, because all you do is pop the can, pour it in a glass of ice, and then add a little bit of that creamer, and you're good to go. So the last thing that I want to show you is the Kirkland Sancerre wine. So I tried Sancerre wine when I was in St. Bart's for the first time. I had never tried Sancerre. I'm not a white wine drinker. I usually like a good red wine. I've always leaned towards red wine. So yeah, I've never really gotten into white wine. But when I had the Sancerre in St. Bart's, I fell in love with it. I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. It's so crisp. It's kind of dry, but it's not too dry. It's got some fruit notes to it, but it's not like super fruity where it's like too sweet. So when I saw the Kirkland one, I told my husband, I said, let's go ahead and try it and see if that's something we like. I don't know if you guys know, but Kirkland has some really, really good wines. As far as their brand, they have really good wines for good, reasonable prices. So when we saw this one, I went ahead and purchased one, and when we tried it, I felt like I was in St. Bart's again. I mean, the taste of this wine was so good and comparable to that one that I had in St. Bart's that I was like, okay, this is going to probably be one of my favorite wines for the summer. Yeah, I ended up buying this one, and I do have another brand that I bought, but I haven't tried that one yet. This one is like a favorite of mine. Like I said, we tried it this month. We really love it, and it's going to be a favorite, of course, in the summer. So yeah, Sancerre, I think that's how you say it. Sancerre wine by Kirkland's. Really, really good, crisp, refreshing wine. All right, so now I have a product from Trader Joe's. This is the, I'm probably going to butcher this name, guys, but it's the Susumaniello red wine. This bottle, first off, is gorgeous. I love the bottle. It is a short bottle compared to the long wine bottles that you normally see. This is a red wine. I tried this wine here recently, and it tastes very bold, very rich, has some chocolate notes in it. It's just a very full-bodied type of wine. I had seen a recommendation, and so I went ahead and went to Trader Joe's, and I asked the guy, I said, where is this? And I couldn't say it. Susumaniello wine, and he was like, oh, that's one of the best wines that we have. So I was really excited when he said that. I went ahead and picked up a bottle. I fell in love with it. So good. So I ended up buying another one. This is a really good one, but I'm going to show you the front of it so you guys can take a picture of it if you want to. I'll also list it down below, but yeah, really good wine. Let's go ahead and get into beauty items. I do have one perfume I want to show you guys. It is by Nest. It is the Madagascar Vanilla Oil. So this is a perfume oil. Oh gosh, this smells so beautiful. Like, gosh, I don't even know how to explain it. It's not super sweet. It is very warm, but it also has some woodsy notes to it, and it's so beautiful. And you would be surprised because it is an oil, and you would think an oil probably wouldn't last and an oil probably wouldn't have a good scent to it, but guys, this one does. It smells so good. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the makeup portion of this video. I've tried so many things this month, but there's a lot of things that I've tried that I'm still continually trying. I don't want to just come on here and say, oh, I love this month, and then, I only tried it once. These are things that I've continually tried and that I've really fallen in love with. So let's go ahead and get started with foundations. I have 3 to show you guys. One of them is the Christian Dior foundation. This is the Forever Matte Foundation. I do have mine in the shade 3N. This has been reformulated, and I'm going to tell you right now, guys, whatever they did to it, they made it better. It was already good, but they made it better. So I ended up loving this month. I've used it so many times because it looks so good on the skin. It gives me kind of like a medium high coverage. It's really not a full coverage foundation. So I go in there with the Tarte Shape Tape and correct areas that I need to, but this is so nice on the skin. It's going to be perfect for like summer because it has that matte look, but it's not drying. I've just fallen in love with this product again. I have the old one. I haven't really compared anything to it. Like I said, the old one was really good, but this one, the reformulation is even better. So if you didn't like the old one, or if you did like the old one and you haven't tried the new one, I would definitely recommend this one. The next foundation is the Beautiful Skin by Charlotte Tilbury. I have this one on today. I love this foundation. Super beautiful on the skin. I have the shade 7. 7 was the closest to my skin tone that I could find. I didn't want to go 8. It was too dark. I didn't want to go 6 because I felt like it was too kind of light olive or something like that. So I didn't want to do that. So I went with 7, and I think 7 works perfectly for my skin tone. But this is such a good foundation. What I am afraid of is that I use quite a bit. I usually use like maybe 2 to 3 pumps of this, and I'm already running out. So I wish there was a little bit more product in here, but it's okay. I'm going to do with whatever I have, and if I need more, I'll just buy another one. I just love the way it looks on my skin. It looks very healthy, very fresh. I do use a brush with this. So I did do a review on this foundation, and I'll link it up here if you guys are interested. But yeah, this has been one of my favorite foundations for that glowy, healthy look. So the last foundation that I tried this month, and I have been wearing it ever since I tried it. I've already worn this foundation like 4 or 5 times. This is the Makeup Forever HD foundation. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty on the skin. It is supposed to be a natural finish, but it really isn't. It's more of like a semi-matte finish. It's not super mattifying, but it's not really natural. It's in between. But I love the way this foundation actually blends into the skin. Even though when you see me and I have this foundation on, it looks like I have makeup on, I don't look makeup-y. I don't look like I have tons of makeup on. This has been such a good reformulation of the HD Skin Foundation that they used to have back in the day. I feel like it's way better than that. So I've really enjoyed it. I especially enjoy it with my Gucci matte primer that I'm going to show you guys here in a bit. That primer works exceptionally well with this foundation, especially for me where I get like oily in the T-zone and I'm normal everywhere else. I need something that's going to mattify that area while I'm wearing this, and it just works so good with it. I do have the shade 2N26, but I am definitely going today, as a matter of fact, to get another shade, and I want to say it was 3. I don't know. I'll put the shade down below, the one that I get, the new one, but I'm still going to keep this this one because this one does work with my skin. I just want a little bit darker shade for like those summer months because this is going to be a perfect foundation to wear during that time. It's supposed to be sweat proof, waterproof. I didn't really get to test that, but I will be putting it through the test this summer. I do want to mention that it does oxidize just a half a shade. I've noticed that with this. It's not like so significant. It turned like a completely different color. It's not like that. It's subtle. Just know that. Yeah, this is a very nice long wearing foundation. Okay, so we're going to talk about two primers that I've really been enjoying. One of them is the Hourglass Vanish primer. This is so good for like smoothing out your skin, smoothing out your pores. It literally looks airbrushed. Your skin goes through like a complete transformation with this primer because it really smooths every area out on your face, and it also helps your foundation last a really long time. I do love the consistency of this because it's more like a lotion. When it goes on your skin, it just kind of sinks into the skin, so it looks really nice and smooth. Now, we'll say with this, I do need to put like a mattifying primer because it really does not control oils. So what I do is I use this first, I let it sit for a little bit, and then I go in with the mattifying primer and I'm good to go. The other primer that I've been loving is the Gucci mattifying primer. This is so good at mattifying my skin. I feel like when I put this on, I can see like where it gets matte quickly. Anytime I use this with any foundation, I stay matte. I do like to use this on the center of my face, but I've used it like all over, like especially with that Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I actually just used the Gucci primer and it worked really well with that. But sometimes I will use these two together. I'll use this on my T-zone and then this everywhere else, and they function together very well. So I've really been loving both of these primers. I think going into the summer months, these are going to be my go-to for those days. So for powders, I have been using these Wet n Wild Bare Focus powders. I have all three of them. I have the dark, the medium, and the light. I've used the darker one for all over my face. I've used it with the light medium one to get like that perfect shade. And then I like the light one just for this area here. This one does such a good job of like highlighting that under eye. I'm gonna show you guys how I use the light one, but I really like it for just highlighting this area. So I'll just put it like right here. You guys will see that it just highlights that area right there. And it looks so, so good. This powder is phenomenal. For the price, guys, you're getting like this smooth, creamy, easy to blend powder, and it just sets that makeup just perfectly. So been really loving these Bare Focus powders by Wet n Wild. So I do want to mention the Maybelline Ultimatte Lipsticks. I do have quite a few shades in these lipsticks, but these shades are the ones that I've really been loving and picking up. One of them is called More Blonde. They recently added a lot of new shades, and this is one of them. It's called More Blonde. It's a very nice peachy nude shade. And then of course I like More Coffee. This one is absolutely gorgeous. It is super dark, so if you don't like really dark lipsticks, this is not one you're gonna like, but I love it. I love it. I love the shade of it. I just love the way this goes on the lips. My husband and I had date night and I wore the coffee shade with a very light eye, so where my eyeshadow wouldn't take away from my lipstick. I love the way it looked with that eye look that night that I wore it. This one's called More Rust. I do like More Rust and More Auburn. More Auburn's another one that I love. They're kind of similar. Auburn's got a little bit more like brick red tone to it, but this is More Rust, and look at that, how gorgeous that is, guys. This is one that I've had for a while. The other two are like part of their new shades that they got, but these are so comfortable on the lips. They don't feel like drying. They don't fade. They're long wearing and they feel really good on the lips. Like I said, they don't feel drying. They don't make my lips feel like chapped. So yeah, I've really been loving these Ultimatte lipsticks from Maybelline. So let me talk about another lip product that I've been loving. This is the Danessa Myricks Beauty Luxe Cream Palette. So this one's called the Nudist. I did recently buy the other one that has a little bit more of like pinky tones and it has a little bit more red in it. But this one is the one that I've been using, and these are so creamy on the lip. Now, I thought that you could use this for the eyes too, but when I talked to the makeup artist at the store, he said, no, you can only use this for lips and cheeks. I have not tried this for cheeks yet, but as far as for lips, creamy, buildable color, they go on smooth and they're not like sticky or goopy, just really beautiful on the lips. I do want to show you up close what those lipsticks look like. And what I like about this too, guys, is you can mix and match. Just do whatever you want with it. Get creative. That's the way her products are. She develops them so that you can get creative with her products. So yeah, I've really been loving this for my lips. And then for cheeks, I have really been enjoying these cheek products. These are her new Dewy and Cheek lip palettes. And I have both of these. One of them is like in a brighter tone. The other one is more of like nude brown tone. And guys, these look so good on the cheeks. I love the pigmentation. I love the glow they give. They say they're dewy, but they're not like dewy like I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be like so super emollient that they were going to take off some of my foundation and powder. A lot of times when I wear an emollient product, that's what happens. It just removes everything that I've already built. But these don't do that. They just add a beautiful like pop of color to the cheeks. It sits well on foundation and on powder. I don't have them on today. I keep pointing here, but I don't have these on today. But guys, these are so good. If you haven't tried any of her products, definitely look into them because man, she just knows how to formulate product. She really does. She does such a good job. Another couple of cheek products that I have loved and I really thought I wasn't gonna love them as much as I do are these Rare Beauty cheek blushes. These come in this cute little packaging. It's pink and it's like a little bubble. Of course, it comes with a mirror. So this one is Nearly Berry. This is one of my favorite shades. I recently purchased Nearly Neutral. Both of these are gorgeous on the skin. They blend into the cheeks beautifully. I don't get any streaking with these. They go on well with like a sponge or a brush. I usually use a brush for them because I get a little bit more pigmentation, but man, these are really, really good. Rare Beauty has been impressive to me here lately. I really enjoyed a lot of their products that I just tried. So yeah, these are one of the best. I have to bring these up. I really do. They're so good. These are the LA Girl cream blushes. There's only 3 shades and I picked up all 3 shades because when I tried the first one, I was in awe. I could not believe how beautiful and matte these looked on the skin. These are unique in the sense that they are a matte blush, but they don't come off looking like they're too matte. It looks like a powder blush on your skin. So that's why I found them very unique because a lot of times when you put on a cream matte blush, you can still tell it's cream. This one you can't. It looks like it's a matte cream blush that's actually turned into powder. So yeah, I've really been loving these. Super long lasting. They have just been so good that I could not help but mention them. I do want to mention the Lano Lips lip balm. I have tried several lip balms here lately. For some reason, my lips do not want to play well with different lip balms. They just continue to stay chapped. But with the Lano Lip, this seems to moisturize them a lot better, makes them look a lot softer, helps them plump up a little bit better. Now, I'm not saying it's a plumping type lip balm. What I'm saying is it kind of nourishes the lips to where they look healthy and plump. You know what I mean? I had never tried a Lano Lips lip balm. So glad I did. So this is something that I've been using more so than my Aquaphor, which if you have been with me, you guys know I love Aquaphor. But for some reason, my lips just continue to stay chapped and I needed something to actually help them. And that's why I bought this. And I really do like it for my lips. It's done wonders for them. So I have a couple of palettes to show you guys. One of them is from Lethal Cosmetics. I never really purchased anything from Lethal Cosmetics until recently from the Camera Cosmetics website. And I used it here recently in a video. And I have to say, guys, these eyeshadows are superb. They blend well. They're very pigmented on the eye. I didn't have any issues with them. I love the way they work together and with other shadows. So the formulation in these eyeshadows is phenomenal. And I ended up going back to Camera Ready Cosmetics and buying a lot of their duochrome, which I'm going to show you guys later because I want you guys to see how gorgeous these duochromes are. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. So yeah, I'll be showing you guys those duochrome soon, but let me go ahead and swatch a few of these so you guys can see the pigmentation. This one right here is a matte. This one's a shimmer or like more of like a metallic looking shadow, but those are it right there, and those are from Lethal Cosmetics. Just an amazing brand. Another brand that I recently tried was Nabla. When I showed this to you guys, this was like the first time of really trying some Nabla eyeshadows. I haven't tried much from that line, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad that I picked this up. This is like an everyday type palette. It has a bunch of like beautiful neutral tones in there, some cool tones, some warm tones. You can use it pretty much for any eye look, and all the shadows are just like the Lethal Cosmetics shadows, where they're pigmented, blendable. They just work well together, and so I've really been enjoying this palette. During the week, I like to go for more of like a natural, or not natural, but more of like a toned down look. You know what I mean? I don't want to wear like a bright purple if I'm just going, you know, to the grocery store. This is something that I can wear like every day. You know, I can put one shadow on or mix a couple of shadows and I'm good to go. So let me show you some swatches from this palette. This is a matte one. The top two are more of like a shimmery metallic type shadow, but these are super gorgeous on the eyes, and I've really been enjoying both of those palettes. I don't know if I told you, but this is the side-by-side nude palette. All right, guys, so that's it for my February favorites. So before I go over my fails, I do want to say I did not mention any of my favorite cream shadows. I really just want to dedicate a video to my favorite cream shadows or liquid shadows. So that video is going to be coming up very soon. We're going to look at swatches, and we're going to look at different types of cream shadows that I've been loving. So like I said, I didn't want to mention them here. I kind of just wanted to dedicate a video to those shadows. So now, having said all that, I do want to talk about my fails. The first one is the new Kosas foundation. I don't know the name of it right offhand, but I am going to put a picture right here so you guys can see what it looks like. But it's the brand new Kosas foundation. Now, I tried this foundation and it looked like if I literally poured the foundation on my skin. It looked like so wet and dewy. It just looked like a hot mess. And I tried to powder it. No powder would work with it. It's one of those foundations that has a lot of like skincare benefits. And I think because it has all of those skincare ingredients, that it comes off a little bit more like skincare. You know, it looks a little bit more wet on the skin. It looks very dewy on the skin. It just doesn't really like set into the skin like I thought it would. So that was a huge fail for me. I am combo oily skin, so I think it works better for people who have maybe normal to dry skin. I would say that if you're oily, that's probably not a foundation that I would choose, because it comes off like so dewy and it looks literally like, it just looks like you sprayed it all over your face and it didn't dry. So that is one of the fails that I had. It just didn't work for me. I really like the Kosas brand because it is a clean brand, but that foundation was not for my skin type. I recently tried also the Bare Minerals 16-hour wear foundation. It's the pressed powder foundation. I think it's called 16-hour Bare Pro foundation, but it's the pressed powder one. Now, I love the liquid one, works really good on my skin, but the powder one, it looked beautiful when I initially put it on. It did work well with like the outer part of my skin, but my T-zone, even though I used a primer with it, I still felt like it started to show my pores, and I did not like that. So that's a foundation that I really wish would have worked for me, but it ended up not working. It just did not sit well with my skin. It just looked like it broke up. It like really emphasized like my pore area throughout the day. So I ended up taking that back. So that's it for my February favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Let me know down below a product that you used in February that you love. I'm really interested to see what you guys like. There might be something in there that I want to try. So this is the end of the video. I appreciate all of you guys being here. It really means a lot to me when y'all watch my videos. Take care, and we will see you guys on the next one.